Ladies and gentlemen, this influencer will be making his debut going against the Argentinian king, competing in the Misfits tournament. Please welcome the Tasmanian Devil.
Hey,
All
what's
right.
up, brother, man? Happy to be on the show. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course, bro, always. Now, I know we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier, but I want to ask you just, kind of on the interview, right? I know before we get into the whole boxing things, right? What's your journey with like being, like in social media? What was the whole journey? And just let us
So
know.
in basically in 2012, I think was
Hmm.
when it all started. It was just a normal YouTube account, but
Yeah.
I uploaded my very first boxing video. It was when I was 13 years old, and I just uploaded it, and that's just really how it started. Then I started uploading more boxing videos, more and more throughout the years. But as it
Yeah.
started to gain traction and gain more followers and subscribers through 2016 to 2017. I suffered a loss in boxing in my boxing career, and that kind of just like dampened everything. I kind of just
Mhm.
fell off. And sometimes when you take a loss, especially when you're younger, you don't really like handle it well.
Yeah.
And as for me, I just fell off. So 2017 all the way to 2023, I kind of just did nothing with like in terms of social media and anything. I kind of just died, really. Fell
Hmm.
into the darkest bits of my life, like depression, this and that. I mean, it was tough. And then 2023, that's when I started, picking up again and started creating more
Hmm.
content, boxing, and YouTube, and I started my own podcast as well. And then started knocking on the door of Misfits because all throughout that time when I stopped essentially everything, right?
Hmm.
I gained a ton, I gained so much weight, and I just fell off. And I was just watching boxing all throughout. Like that was the only
Hmm.
thing that would keep me happy during the lowest times of my life.
Yeah.
And I was always watching Misfits. I remember the first one was KSI versus Joe Weller, and I
Oh
was
wow.
like.
Hmm.
So I was like, this can't be real. I was like, these guys are like YouTubers and this and that. Obviously, back in those days,
Yeah.
Misfits wasn't a thing, and you just don't really know what the influencer thing that boxing is. It was just back then. It was just like a kind of charity match, right?
Hmm.
It didn't really have any type of order into it.
Yeah.
So I didn't think much of it, but then I started watching it grow, started watching, Logan Paul, started watching, when Logan Paul got the Mayweather fight. That's when he, got my attention. I was like, oh wow, this can be legit because professional boxers are actually going into that realm, right?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then obviously when I saw guys like Soul Pappy just coming up, I was like, wow, these are like genuinely skilled guys and they're entertaining to watch as well. So that really got me motivated. And then in 2023, why not? Like I've been boxing for a very long time and this is the perfect opportunity for me to actually showcase my skills. I mean, this is my forte. It's just that
Hmm.
I was just stopped from, 2017 all the way to 2022 really. That's when I just didn't do anything. So I'm just playing catch up in 2023. And now in 24, I finally got the opportunity that I've, worked so hard for.
Hmm. Dude, that's what's up, man. I know. What is it called? What about the name Tasmanian Devil? How'd you get that?
It's my boxing nickname, and that wasn't actually my first name. That wasn't my
Oh, okay.
choice.
Hmm.
So it's not my real name. If you wanted to know, my real name is Rodolfo Molina. So it's a very Filipino
Yeah.
Spanish name.
Oh, okay, got you. I was just curious about like the social media like name. So was your social media name always just your real name?
No, no, it's just Tasmanian Devil. That was my boxing
Oh,
page. That's where
okay,
everything started.
got
So
you.
that nickname I got from boxing. So my original
Hmm.
boxing name was Rambo because
Oh
I'm just a
shit.
quiet guy. So I'm just a
Hmm.
quiet guy, and I just like to fuck you up, basically, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Just kind of like Rambo. But
Hmm.
when I started sparring, started fighting, guys in the gym would be calling me like, oh, the Tasmanian Devil, this and that, and it kind of just
Hmm.
stuck. People just started calling me Taz, and that's really how it started, and that name stuck with me all throughout.
Yeah, that's what's up. I know. What is it? You've talked to obviously Mams and stuff, right? Mams
Hmm.
Taylor has always like talked about, oh, people need to promote their fights. Promotion's like a big thing when it comes to influencer boxing. I want to ask you,
Yeah.
right? What are some like tactics that you're gonna do to promote your fight against, Argentinian King?
Obviously there are certain type of rules, right? Because I don't know if
Hmm.
you've seen Mams' tweet the other day, like talking about there's certain limitations that
Yeah.
you just can't really be pushing. So it's just finding the boundaries of obviously I still want to be genuinely me, but
Hmm.
I also understand the entertainment aspect of it. So you gotta play a little game like right now, me and the Argentinian Kings having, a little bit of a back and forth, but it's
Hmm.
all fun and games for me. Like none of this is it's all business, right? It's nothing
For
personal for
sure.
me. So I do
Hmm.
understand that I need to, find a way to promote the fight in a way that is more like me, really. So that's just what I'm navigating through, and yeah, we'll find a way. But
That's.
regardless, because it's
Hmm.
just so much difficult when it's you haven't fought yet.
Hmm.
So I mean, typically my fighting does the talking and the promotion and everything, but it's just hard because I haven't fought Misfits yet. So, but after
Hmm.
this, things will just start to roll, get better and better.
That's fair, man. Who do you kind of look up to, not only in like this like influencer scene, but even boxing in general when it comes to the sport of boxing?
Like present time.
It could be either present time, all time, whoever, really.
I'm Filipino, man. So all time
Hmm.
it's gotta be Pacquiao. Gotta
Fair
be
enough.
Pacquiao, bro. Like that guy is just he's embedded in my heart. He's
That's what's up.
literally like I've been training like him ever since I was a kid. He's inspired me so much and to be a better person. And obviously Muhammad Ali as well. Those are the guys that are my inspiration. Like if you look at me as a person, those are
Hmm.
the guys that I try to emulate.
That's
So
fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
so those are the legends, but most so recent ones, just in terms of boxing,
Hmm.
I would say like I have deep respect for Canelo, Crawford, and Inoue. Those
Fair
guys
enough.
are
Mhm.
really the top of their game right now,
Yeah.
pound for pound, and those are the guys that inspire me.
Fair. That's very respectful. Who since you say what is it, you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, right? I know Floyd did beat him like so many years ago, right? But who do you still think like of all time you have Manny Pacquiao over Floyd? No, it's kind of more
Look, like I would say, because I categorize them in two different things, right? The greatest of all time and the best ever. Best
best
ever
ever,
is
yeah. Hmm.
best ever. I would say like it has to be undefeated record. So in that sense, like in terms of boxing skills, Mayweather will always be. He's just a better boxer than Manny Pacquiao. But greatness, you have to categorize by the things a person achieves in the ring.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Like I'm
Yeah, I get
trying to
what you mean.
separate. So like things like Ali did, he may not have the perfect record, but he took on everyone, right?
Hmm.
He took on everyone and conquered so much more because greatness is categorized by the difficulty of the challenges that boxer has faced in their career. When you
Hmm.
look at Mayweather's career, he hasn't really faced that many difficult challenges that he's people say he's ducked a lot of fighters, like even a prime Pacquiao. I don't know if you know him, but Paul Williams, the guy that knocked out Sergio Martinez, the Argentinian boxer, pound for pound at one time. So those are the guys that would have put him and ranked him above Manny Pacquiao if he took those challenges. Because Manny Pacquiao, remember, he came from a lower weight category and he took on the biggest and baddest boxers
Hmm.
out there. That's why I just can't rank him in terms of greatness above Manny Pacquiao. Because in
Yeah.
his career, Manny Pacquiao has achieved more impossible feats than
Yeah.
Mayweather.
How many weight divisions did he get belts in? Wasn't it like eight or something like that?
Eight. So it's eight division, but he skipped one. So he actually, I'm not sure which specific one that he skipped, but he
Yeah.
skipped it because there was no competition in that division.
Got you. That's crazy. Eight divisions is
So
nuts.
like I said, I respect Mayweather. That's why he's always going to be better and more skilled than Manny Pacquiao in terms of the best ever, right? Because he's
Yeah.
undefeated. You can't
Hmm.
take it away from him. But in terms of achieving greatness and achieving things that it seems to be impossible, Manny Pacquiao wins that by a landslide.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, that's fair. I could definitely see that point for sure. Obviously, too, in boxing, right? There's a very big fight coming up. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Man, who do you got with that too?
As for me, look, boxing, everyone is equal in the ring. That's why I love
Hmm.
boxing so much. Whether you're rich, poor, small, big, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Boxing is the truth. That squared circle reveals the truth. And
Hmm.
it doesn't favor anybody. It only favors those who work the hardest, more disciplined, and those that are put more effort into it and sacrifices. And
Yeah.
at the moment, I just see Devin Haney as the more disciplined fighter, the person that sacrificed a little bit more.
Hmm.
I just don't see Ryan Garcia the way he is mentally. I'm not sure where his mindset is right now, because just a few months ago or like last year he was having a lot of mental issues, right?
Yeah.
So that may take a toll, especially with so much pressure that's being applied right now, in this massive fight. I just don't think his mind is in the right mindset.
That's fair. That's fair. So you take Haney
I'm
in the
taking
fight.
David
That's
Haney,
fair.
yeah,
That's
because
fair.
talent wise, these guys, I would say,
They are
Ryan
both
Garcia,
very talented. No, for
and I
sure.
would even say Ryan Garcia is more talented than Devin Haney. But
Okay.
it's just that the discipline, man. Like talent can only take
Yeah.
you so far, and Devin Haney's he's this is him. Like he trains all the time. He
Yeah.
doesn't go out like that much. He doesn't do crazy stuff like Ryan Garcia is doing right now. And I just
Yeah.
in terms of boxing, I just don't think that this is gonna favor Ryan Garcia.
That's fair. No, I totally get that for sure, especially recently and everything like that. Now, I want to kind of transition just that professional boxing stuff. I just want to see where your takes were until, this influencer boxing, right? Your next opponent's the Argentinian King, kind of mentioned that earlier, right? What do you make of your opponent?
I like Argentinian King. I mean, we messaged each other. I actually messaged him like when I found out that he was gonna be fighting, and I was like, "Good luck, man. Hopefully, I get to see you soon."
Hmm.
I haven't seen much footage of him like pads or sparring or anything like that. I don't know how many fights he's had. Not really
Yeah.
particularly sure, but I know he's technically good. He's a
Hmm.
sound boxer.
Yeah.
But I don't really know much about him, but I respect him. Like I said, boxing
That's
is I
fair.
have so much respect for boxing that I'll never underestimate anybody. It doesn't matter who you are,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter if you can hit, if you can't hit, because at the end of the day, a hit is a point, and I don't want to lose a fight. It doesn't matter if
Hmm.
it hurts me or not; it's still a point. So I always have
Yeah.
respect, and I always train hard, and um, I always prepare for the best.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Obviously, since there's this massive tournament coming up too, right? Who, in your opinion, is like the biggest threat to you in this, Misfits boxing tournament?
I wouldn't say threat, but because like I said, I respect all of these guys, but I fear none of them. I just
Yeah.
don't. I just believe in my abilities and my coaches, my team, and I know what I can do. So, given the chance to be put with, to be put in the same ring with any one of these guys, I know that I can beat him.
Hmm.
But in terms of like the toughest fight
Yeah.
stylistically, I would probably say that's a tough one. I'd probably say like Joey Knight or
Joey
Yodi
Knight.
Gang.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah,
I know
Joey Knight or Yodi.
he's fighting in Tennessee in I think like 3 weeks from now is when they're having the
Yeah,
tournament.
something like that.
Yeah, time's coming up because I'm about to be going to my first Misfits event. So I'm like counting the
Nice.
days and I'm
Where is
like,
that? Is that
oh my,
Tennessee one?
I'm sorry?
Is that the Tennessee one?
Yeah, it's gonna be in
Nice, man.
Tennessee. I think Nashville area. So I mean I'm kind of excited to see how it all goes, obviously. But yeah, I mean I just can't wait. I just don't know what to expect with this Misfits, live event.
Hopefully, I
Have
get
you
to see you in one of the events.
Dude, I know, man. One day, if you fight in the U.S., I'll more than likely be there. So let's just cross
Great,
fingers.
man. Fingers
But
crossed.
yeah, man, for sure. I believe also, what is it called? Your next opponent would be the winner of Waleed Sharks and Ace Musa. Am I
Yeah.
if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, right?
I mean, if you're going by brackets, right? I should be
Yeah.
fighting the winner of Ace Musa and Wally Sharks, and then the winner of Yodi Gang versus Raymond would fight Lil Baby, no Baby
No,
Hulk
Baby
and
Hulk, and then yeah, 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 I know what you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it
Um,
should be like that. I'm not
yeah,
sure
yeah,
though.
yeah. So if I'm not mistaken about that, right? Who would you want to fight between those two fighters, and we'll lead in Ace Musa,
Ace Musa. I would
preferably.
love to fight Waleed Sharks just because
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching that guy for a very long time, ever since his first fight with Adam Saleh.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just really want that fight because I know that I can beat him, and I know the things that I possess, and I see the faults that he has,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I've been watching him for a very long time, and I know the skills that I possess and the power I have. I can, make a statement really, and that's the thing that I'm looking forward to. It's
For
just
sure.
making a statement because he's the number one contender, and a lot of these guys are underestimating me, saying I can't beat him, I can't do this and that, I'm too small. You know, I don't care about any of that because I know what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
So I just want to make a statement. I just want to show everyone what I can do.
It's
That's
fair.
why Willie Fox would be, my number one target.
It's totally fair. Now, I'm trying to think one. I was gonna say one other thing too. You know how you brought up the fact that like and you like boxing is such a respectful sport and everything like that. I was gonna say like and I'm and just I have a couple more questions after this and we can wrap it up then. But like I was gonna say when you brought that point up, um, as a viewer, right? I respect totally anyone who gets into the ring. You know what I
Yes,
mean? And it's just because like it's kind of nuts of like how much people have to sacrifice at the end of the day
it is,
for
man.
getting into the ring, especially like thinking about it like this. And I haven't like, and I've thought about this a few times whenever it's either boxing or MMA, right? In an MMA fight, it's 3 rounds, 5 minutes, right? For some boxing fights, it's either 3 round or sorry, 3 minutes and like maybe 6 rounds or 4 rounds, right? That's about I think like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, right? So like you have to sacrifice. Let's say a training camp is about 8 weeks. You have to, they don't like most people don't really show the 8 weeks that you're working, right?
Yeah,
And we'll have to showcase the 20 minutes, 25 minutes or in MMA the 15 minutes to get into the ring. So it's like I always have that much respect, to not only just you but all the Misfits fighters and all the combat sport athletes that get into the ring. You get what I mean by that? So it's
yeah.
like
I mean, it's tough. It's
I was
tough.
just thinking about that while you were like talking about the respect part in the ring. Hmm.
Yeah, but
But
but by that I mean like, no, in terms of like respect. You don't always have to be respectful to your opponent. This and that. You can go either way, right?
oh no
But
no no,
what
it's
I'm just
not. Yeah, yeah, sorry. It's one. Sorry. What I mean by respect, it's just solely based off the fact that they're getting into the ring. It's nothing about like
oh
obviously
yeah,
when it comes to influencer boxing, like it's a
yeah.
business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
But like,
there's
I mean, I'm saying like deep in your heart, it's like okay, you know what? At the end of the day, this guy's getting into the ring, sacrificing time. Let's put on a
mm.
show. Much respect to him at the end of the day, right? So
Yeah, man. Like I said, that's why I
Mhm.
always you have to give your respect, even if you, no matter how much you hate these guys, because they're also taking time away from their family. And we all like have families,
Yeah.
loved ones. We all make sacrifices just to train, really. So
Hmm.
I understand that, and I understand the struggles that fighters go through.
For
So
sure.
I just have respect for every single one of them. And like I said, after the fight or before the fight, I even wish my opponents, the best of luck, and I wish them nothing but the best, and I don't want any harm to come their way because it's just a
100%.
sport, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't want to take their life and whatever, God forbid, any tragedy that may happen in the ring, and most especially in my hands. Like that's not something I wish upon anyone. I just want us to, make the best living that we can, doing the thing we love, and fight in the spirit of competition. I don't want
Yeah.
anything bad to happen to anyone.
For sure, man. Before I want to get into like my question, by the way, is it on your screen every single time I think something happens? There's like a thumbs up thing that pops up. Does it
Yeah, I
happen
mean,
on your screen?
I'm seeing that. I'm not sure what it is, but
I'm like, what? I just saw that. I'm like, why is that coming up?
I'm not clicking anything. It's just I don't know.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, and that's actually really interesting. I just caught that, but yeah. Anyways, though, I want to get into a few things, right? You were talking about how Adam Sala and Waleed were fighting, right?
Yeah,
Just a little bit before. What do you make of Adam Sala fighting against Dean the Great on Aiden Ross's like boxing promotion?
is that confirmed? Is that like official now?
Yeah, Aiden went on one of I think Aiden's boys like hosted a Twitter space and he invited on Dean and Adam and said that they're going to main event on
Ah,
his own promotion. in a couple weeks, actually. So
I'm
I
not
was
sure
just
if Misfits is gonna allow that, to be honest. I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
that's
Isn't he
interesting.
contractually like obligated to Misfits? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But
I'm
anyways,
yeah,
if that does happen, man, I mean that's gonna be a great fight. But I
yeah.
have Dean the Great winning that one. I just
Oh
feel like
yeah,
Adam Saleh's. I mean, he's talented. I just feel like he's been a little bit too inactive.
I agree with that.
Um, and his mind hasn't really been focused on training. And like I said, boxing is one of those sports that you can't do it half-assed. You can't do it one foot in and one foot
Mhm.
out. You have to do it all. You have to go all in. And Dean the Grey has
100%.
been going all in, so I feel like he's gonna beat Adam Saleh. But that's gonna be an interesting fight because they're both slick fighters, like American fighters,
Yeah,
right? They're very
yeah.
slick. So it's gonna be quite interesting how Adam Saleh, because Adam Saleh used to be like the top dog, right? When you think
Hmm.
about it, he
Yeah.
used to be like the YouTube, street beefs type of thing. Um, and the talent never goes away. But how he's gonna be able to, showcase that in against a guy that's similarly just as talented as him. I
Hmm.
mean, I can't wait to see it. To be honest, it's gonna be an entertaining fight. But I have Adam Saleh. I mean Dean the Great winning that one.
For sure, man. I want to get into, this segment I do on my show. It's called a one word segment, right? Usually on my
Okay.
show, right? I'll say a person's name, you just describe it in one word. Pretty
Okay,
simple.
okay. I'll try
All
my
right.
best.
First person I'm gonna mention. All right, Argentinian king.
Dead.
Dead. All right, we'll eat sharks.
Street meat.
Ace Musa.
Good.
Good. All right. Joey Knight.
Slit.
Baby Hulk.
Beast.
Yeti Gang TV.
Rangy.
Rangy. Okay. Little Cray Cray.
Fast.
Fast. All right, and then just two more. Dean the Grape.
American.
All right, and then last one. He's not a fighter, but I much respect to this guy though. Mams Taylor.
Oh, legend, mate. Legend. Man said
Legend.
is a legend right there.
Not much respect to Mams. Seriously, at the end of the day. Now, just before we wrap up the show, right? I want to ask you your official fight prediction coming up against Argentinian King. What are
It's
you
a win.
thinking?
Any way, win. I can beat him in any game. He tried saying he wants to come in close, wants to fight toe to toe. I'll wipe the floor with him. And just in close, I'm an in fighter. So if he wants to come through the fire, I mean that's his demise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I won't show any mercy with him. Like I said, it's nothing personal. It's just business. When I fight him, I'll bring the fire. I'll bring the heat. I'll beat him any way I want to.
Fair enough, man. Now just before we wrap up the show as well, what is it called? Where could people find you on social media and stuff? What's
So
the
I have a YouTube channel, Tasmanian Devil.
mm-hmm.
My Instagram Tasmanian Devil the official, and then Twitter Taz the official, and then TikTok also is Tasmanian Devil official.
Fair enough, man. All right. Well, just for the people who are still tuning into this, if you guys want to, subscribe for more interviews like this, please do it. We just recently hit 500 subscribers. So today, actually, I just hit 500. So this is,
Congratulations,
I
man!
appreciate it, man. I really do.
Congrats.